When fire danced with water, love in the unexpected, in a land carved by time and tempered by the elements, where mountains scorched the skies and valleys sighed with mist, two worlds lived in silence. The East was ruled by fire, hot, dry, and fierce. Its people were hardy, forged in heat, their skin kissed by sun, and their tempers quick like flame. The West was ruled by water, cool, damp, and serene. Its people flowed like rivers, their emotions deep and calm, their hearts quiet but enduring. From the eastern village of Embera came Lumo, a boy whose birth was marked by sparks that lit the floor of his mother's hut. As a child, he had to be cradled in blankets soaked in ash. His anger could light candles. His joy made the air ripple. No one dared touch him too long, lest they be burned. He was a marvel, yes, but he was also feared. And from the western village of Mystery came Nari, born during a monsoon. She never cried, but when her eyes filled with tears, flowers bloomed. When she sang, the rain listened. Her touch cooled fevers, and her presence calmed storms. She was loved by her people, but they protected her fiercely, wary of the world outside. Their lives were never meant to cross. Yet destiny, ever bold, played its own game. Every 10 years, the season of crossing united the villages of the realm. Young people were sent to neighboring lands to share gifts, stories, and knowledge. Lumo, though reluctant, was chosen to represent Embera. With him, he carried obsidian stones, still warm with firelight. Nari, curious and eager, volunteered to welcome the visitors. When they met at the river bend, the edge of both worlds, something ancient stirred. He stood tall, eyes like coals, skin glowing faintly with heat. She stood wrapped in blue cloth, her hair damp with morning mist, her smile soft like falling rain. For a moment, time held its breath. "You're warm," Nari said, stepping back slightly. "And you're the calm I've never known," Lumo replied. They met daily, always at the same spot. He brought stones that glowed with hidden lightning. She offered vials of dew and silver shell bracelets cooled in mountain streams. They didn't speak of love, not yet. They simply listened to the world, to each other, to the silent pulse that beat between their hearts. One evening, the river ran slower than usual, reflecting stars like shattered glass. Lumo tossed a spark stone into the current. It sizzled. Nari laughed. "Why do you come?" she asked. "Because when I'm near you, I don't burn," he said. Her laughter faded. "And when you leave, I feel empty." They didn't touch, not yet. He feared hurting her. She feared losing herself. But emotions like rivers and flames find their path. Lumo told stories of his village where dance meant stomping flames into rhythm. Nari shared songs sung during rainfall, melodies only rivers knew. They built a language of opposites, his fire feeding her chill, her water softening his rage. One day, he reached for her hand. She let him. The steam that rose between their palms was soft, warm, almost holy. But the world watched. Soon, Embera began to suffer. Crops wilted, fires sputtered. Elders whispered, "He is losing his fire. Water has cooled him." In Mystery, the rivers overflowed. Homes flooded. Sickness spread. "She has taken in too much heat," said the healers. "She must return to calm." The union was declared dangerous. Nari's parents forbade her from returning to the river. Lumo's chief threatened exile if he crossed the border again. But some things, once set in motion, cannot be stopped. Lumo waited for 3 days. Nari never came. He carved her name in stones and threw them into the stream. She, from her hut, wept into the earth, and lilies sprouted by her doorway. On the 7th night, Lumo couldn't bear the silence. He crossed the scorched paths and burning winds. The grass beneath him smoked. Animals fled. Nari was there, standing where they had met so many times, her arms wrapped tightly around herself. They want to keep us apart, she whispered. They want to erase what we are, he said. She looked at him, eyes shining. If we touch again, we may change everything. Then let everything change, he breathed. They stepped forward. The kiss was like nothing the world had seen. Not fire, not flood, but balance. Steam rose, not from destruction, but from unity. The air thickened, pulsed, then cleared. The sky, so long cracked with silence, opened. Rain fell on Embera, but warm, golden, healing. In mystery, the waters stilled. Rivers flowed gently, the scent of flowers rising with the mist. They returned hand in hand. At first, their people watched in silence. But when crops in Embera began to grow again, faster, greener, when Mystery's children healed quicker and laughed more often, fear turned into awe. Elders gathered beneath a sky split in fire and cloud. After long debate, they said, if nature accepts them, so must we. Lumo and Nari built a home by the river bend. Fire on one side, water on the other. Their love didn't burn, it didn't drown, it flowed. They had 3 children, one who sang in flames, one who spoke to rain, and one whose laughter made the wind dance. Villagers came from far to watch them play, to ask how 2 opposites became one. Lumo would smile and say, because she didn't fear my fire. Nari would laugh and say, because he didn't try to tame my water. In time, songs were written about them, stories carried across mountains, and to this day, when rivers meet volcanic rock and mist rises in golden spirals, the elders say, look, that's where fire danced with water, and love rewrote the rules of the world.